everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I thought I would sit down and do a video for you guys and gals, and let me give you guys a bicep shot before we get started. Oh, Mount Bicephus. You know what? I had a few people link me a video that Dr. Milo Wolf, aka Mr. Partial Rep, put out, in which he called out a number of people. He ranked a bunch of people, and he threw me in a D tier list, along with some people who I actually respect the work of, who I think put out phenomenal information. And I'm going to go ahead and address this. I was going to leave it alone, but there's a point where I looked at it and I said, you know, this is really a horrible list. It's a horrible list, and I'm sure he probably did it just for clout, hoping some of us would pop back. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right. The thing is, this is a person, keep in mind, and I don't want to say his PhD doesn't matter. I'm not going to make some absurd statement like that. But keep in mind, this is a guy who did all his PhD work on partials. Everything that he puts out, he bases every exercise out there on how much of a lengthened position does it create. That's it. That's all he cares about. He pushes lengthened partials, lengthened partials, lengthened partials. Like a broken record, he's a one-trick pony. One-trick pony, that is his whole thing. And keep in mind, guys, the scientific community, these same people with PhDs, a decade ago were pushing the other extreme. Brett Contreras with all the hip thrusts. Like, you guys see what I'm saying? All these trendy people with these PhDs, they're pushing trends. This isn't even about good research at this point. That was all shortened position exercises, contracted position. And it just goes back and forth. And so the thing is, you know, you have this guy and he's going to do this. And then he's going to call out people who have put out amazing content for a decade or longer, who are proven coaches. I mean, what we need to keep in mind, exercise science is an applied science. It is an applied science. Yes, we need researchers. Yes, we need people conducting this research. Yes, we need to increase the body of knowledge. Absolutely. But you have to apply it in the real world. And what's something I've been saying for a decade? Your litmus test is a 500-pound barbell squat. Okay? How does your hypothesis in the lab or your testing hold up in the real world under a 500-pound barbell squat? That's your litmus test. And what bothers me is some of the people he called it. He threw certain people up there like Omar Issoff is the top tier. Some people of questionable stuff up into higher tiers. And I mean, some of his list was good, but 3 people, myself on there, that he threw into the worst tier possible. And I'm standing here thinking, we're all coaches with over a decade of content who have all put clients on national level or higher powerlifting competitions. Every one of us has coached elite lifters, has built lifters up from below that level all the way to qualifying for worlds and things. Every single one of us. Every single one of us who he called out there. We all have clients who have built phenomenal physiques, many of whom are drug-free. Every single one of us have coached clients and built clients who have better physiques than him, and he's a bodybuilder. Who are more jacked than him, and he's a bodybuilder. Who does he think he is? Again, this is a kid who is new to the industry. And again, I will give credit for getting his PhD. That's no small accomplishment. I don't want to detract from that. But he's doing everything's a one-trick pony. He is only about one thing, the partials. And I mean, step back and look at the people there that he called out. And there were some others in there too, of Paul Carter, Lyle McDonald. And I get that he may not like our personalities, but our personalities do not determine the quality of our information. Okay? Quality information and coaching experience is quality information and coaching experience. Hands down. Are our people getting results? Do our followers get results? Do our clients get results? This is an applied science, guys. And I mean, the guy sitting there in the video looking like he doesn't even lift in a t-shirt. I'm sitting here at 47 right now, and you can tell that I lift. 47 years old, sitting here in front of a camera, sitting down in a t-shirt. The guy's sitting there looking like he doesn't even lift, while trash talking people who have decades of experience. And let me step back. Look at Paul Carter. Yes, Paul Carter's jacked as hell. Paul Carter has been a world level power lifter who now has an amazing physique in his 40s, has coached dozens of elite lifters, has coached dozens of elite bodybuilders at this point. His people are jacked. His people are strong. They get results. He gets results. His people get results. Lyle McDonald has put out tons of evidence-based books. I mean, in fact, I would go so far as to say Lyle is pretty meticulous. I mean, if you want to talk about research or being science-based or evidence-based, Lyle has tons of sources for everything he's put out. His material works. Okay? The people who follow his advice get results. The man has put out like a dozen really fantastic books. And his clients get results. I'm personal friends with his lifter, Sumi. She's broken world records as a drug-free lifter. She has broken world records in masters, and she has ripped abs year-round. Okay? He's her coach. Takes her to meets. Keeping in mind, we're talking about a woman who at like 100 pounds, 105 pounds has pulled 350 in her late 40s in competition. And she's jacked, and she's lean, and she's ripped. Ripped year-round, taking his advice. We see a problem with this. Our people all get results. We all do read science. We all do promote evidence-based stuff, but we also temper it with results in the real world. This person is a one-trick pony. And I'm not saying lengthened position's not great. I use a lot of lengthened position exercises. I promote lengthened position exercises. I mean, how often do you guys see me talking about the merits of the stretch at the bottom of a pull-up? An inclined dumbbell bench and the stretch we get at the bottom, the lengthened positions. I talk about it. Preacher curls. I talk about these things a lot. I think they're critical for hypertrophy. But that's not the entirety of the entire basis of hypertrophy, and the overall body of evidence does not support that. It's a one-trick pony, and at the end of the day, the guy's not even jacked enough to talk the smack that he does about all of these people who do get results and their clients get results. Okay, and it would be one thing if he was putting out amazing information to say someone like Lyle. Lyle may not look like he lifts, but his information is gold. And it's well-researched, well-documented in the literature, usually proven in the real world on top of it. Milo is over here picking fights and trash talking people while talking about the pullover is the best lat exercise. And the guy's honestly not that jacked. Okay? He's not even that jacked for someone who has put all of his focus and effort into this. And he's a one-trick pony. Start calling him Dr. Partials. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.